This week I am going to review 2 zines, 2 magazines, and 2 books. We're going to start with Jargon number 1. I forget that I am allowed to review my own zines. I put this one out. It's called Jargon number 1, Words and Phrases from All Walks of Life. This is a list of definitions, lingo, slang, and jargon, chemistry, slang, snowboarding slang, pro wrestler slang. That's Randy Savage on the cover. It's got really great artwork. That's pieces of paper cut out to make an image. Look at that kinky slang, kink slang, bike riding slang, all kinds of good stuff. I think it's cool. It costs you $2. You can email me if you'd like a copy. There will be a second issue coming out probably in January. Juxtapoz. Juxtapoz is a pretty cool magazine. It features different artists and different artwork. This issue in particular was great. It was the Politics and Art issue curated by Ron English. If you don't know Ron English, for like decades he's been painting these amazing 20-foot things, and then he goes up and illegally puts them on billboards, and it's amazing. And he's a supporter of the Billboard Liberation Front, etc. A super great artist. This particular issue has Morgan Spurlock. That's Ron English there back in the day. It's got Molly Crabapple. It's got Shepard Fairey. It's got lots and lots of really great people. Lots of good. It's all street art. It's all, not all street art, but mostly street art, graffiti, and they talk about politics. It came out right before the election, so it's lots of questions about what do you think about Obama, what do you think about politics, politicians, etc. It's $5.99. I don't read every issue of Juxtapoz, but this issue in particular was really, really good. Razorcake. Same thing with Razorcake. I don't read it every time. I mostly read it when they review my zines. But Razorcake is a pretty cool magazine if you've never read it. It's got different articles by different people. It's got some comics, a lot of zinesters. So if you're in the zine community, you'll probably see some names you recognize. They always review lots and lots of different music. This particular one has an interview with Jake from Rocktober. Jake is a super cool dude in Chicago who puts out a zine called Rocktober. They just did their 50th issue. He's been doing it for like 10 years. He also does Chicago in Chicago, which is a cable access show where people dance. Jake is a super cool dude. I wouldn't say he's a friend of mine, but I've met him a few times, and he's always been super cool, super nice. He's a good dude. There's a good interview with him in here. Also some interviews with some different bands. So I don't always read Razorcake, but this particular issue is very good. $4. Big Hands number 9. Big Hands is probably one of my favorite zines. Aaron is one of my favorite writers. Back when I had a zine distro, I distroed all this stuff. This is a big, thick issue. Lots of writing. A few pictures, mostly writing. Aaron is a great writer. He writes, every now and then I'll see an article from him like in Vice magazine or Time magazine, different things like that. He does a lot of really good writing. Certain paragraphs, certain sentences, certain phrases in here, you read them like 2 or 3 times because they're just so good. He's like one of the great writers of our generation and of our subculture of zines. His stuff stands out. All of that being said, my job is to review, even stuff that I like. If I don't like it, I have to say that also. This issue is too long, in my opinion. It could have been edited down. There were typos, there were grammatical errors, there were punctuation errors. I hold Aaron to a higher level of zining. I see typos and misspellings in lots of zines. For Aaron's work, I don't think I should see that. That's me being tough. I think there are certain things that were repeated in here that could have been trimmed down. I think it's okay to have an editor sometimes, and I think this could have someone else should have read it over before he put it out. But there's a lot of really good stories. He talks about small town stuff. He talks about going home and hanging out with his brother who is disabled in a wheelchair, some of the challenges that presents. Lots of thoughts about small town life versus city life. It was too long for me, but overall, this zine is still better than almost every zine out there. $4. A good zine. Not the best issue, Big Hands, but it's still Big Hands, which is good. Occupied Media. This is by Noam Chomsky. If you don't know his work, he's brilliant. He's a political writer, political activist, political thinker, political speaker. Very intelligent, knowledgeable person. This is a series of interviews with him. He talks about the Occupy movement, which I love. And where did it go? I don't really know what the Occupy movement is anymore. This came out, I think, in January of 2012, so it's been out for a little while now. But super, super smart guy. He knows the history. He'll tell you this is when financial things started, this is when we started having problems. He kind of gives a history, of things that led up to the 2008 financial crash. For $10, it's a pretty good read. A lot of smart thoughts. Super smart dude. He'll make you change how you think about the world. And finally, My Heart is an Idiot by Davey Rothbart. Davey does Found Magazine, and he's like a buddy of mine. I used to know him back in Chicago, and I just got to see him there on tour, on a Found Magazine tour, him and his brother. His brother plays really great music. My Heart is an Idiot. It's a series of essays about Davey and like his love life. That includes heartbreak, heartache, falling in love, the good times, the one-night stands, the super sexy girl that you just met, the girl you fly all the way across the country for and try to meet. That involves cheating on your girlfriend. That involves, unexpected adventures. That involves a story about waking up drunk and naked in New York and not knowing where your clothes are. Davey is a buddy of mine, but that's not why I'm reviewing the book. I review things that I like, and this book is great. 16 different stories, funny, make you cry, make you laugh, good stuff. Check it out. If you catch him on tour, you could probably get it at a discount. It's a book. It's $20, $25. But if you like books, if you're smart, you like to read, you enjoy life, check it out. You'll like it. Thank you. Peace out.